A second teenager has been arrested in connection with last week's frightening wildfire in New Jersey. Prosecutors now charging a 17-year-old with arson. Meanwhile, a 19-year-old already charged in the case has his day in court. This as we learn new details about how this all unfolded. New Jersey reporter Anthony Johnson is live outside the Ocean County Courthouse in Toms River. Anthony?
Yeah, those details that we learned today were pretty fascinating. We learned about a dirt bike accident taking place where the fire scene was located. We learned about communications between friends and the suspect that had the hearing today. Once again, another 17-year-old has been taken into custody, but they were discussing how this fire started and admitting to the fact that they started the fire. And also, they were talking about a possible cover-up. More than 10 days later, 20% of the fire is still burning. During today's virtual court hearing, it came to light that Joseph Kling and friends were going to blame Mexicans for starting the fire. Prosecutors revealed that Kling picked up 10 to 20 wooden pallets from a recycling center and drove them into the woods and used gasoline tossed in 2 pallets to start the fire and eventually the rest of the pallets.
JM then drove off on his dirt bike, at which time the defendant threw 6 additional pallets onto the fire. Officers also interviewed the defendant and MG. They both stated that once they learned of JM's accident, they left the site and they could still see the fire burning.
We learned about social media conversations involving Kling and friends. Prosecutors say those messages contained an admission of starting the fire. One of those friends, who is 17 years old, has now been charged with aggravated arson, and hindering. Kling faces the same accusations. The fire torched 15,300 acres of woods and destroyed an awning business, but it also led to evacuations of homes and put many in southern Ocean County at risk as flames moved closer to homes and thick smoke filled the air. In addition, cops in Lacey Township are now warning residents of a scam. A company is claiming that it can remediate the air and remove the smell of smoke from homes. They're charging up to $30,000 for services, but claim it will be covered by insurance. They are also asking residents to sign paperwork for a loan. Police add the target of the scam is senior citizens. Yeah, the detention hearing will continue on Monday. That's when we may learn whether or not Kling will be able to go home as he awaits his possible trial. That is the latest live from Toms River, New Jersey. Anthony Johnson, Channel 7 Eyewitness News. All right.